are going to continue to break down trading. So in the first video, we talked about trends and patterns to look for to give us that market flow direction. Then we went into support and resistance key levels. So let's go back to this one. Super choppy, right? Although it was support and we did break through these highs, how can we look for trade setups on lower time frames? So let's go down to the 4-hour and let me do the replay. Okay, so this will be a little easier to go back. So we have this order block, right? We're on the 4-hour. Price has been chopping. Maybe there was a setup here. Maybe we win a little bit. We got stopped out, break even, loss, whatever the scenario is, right? But we're looking for, what are we looking for the actual trade setup, right? So now we go down to the 1-hour, and you can see there's no direction, although there is putting in higher highs and higher lows. So what we're really waiting for is a break of this range. So anywhere of these highs, once we break through here, we know we're headed the right direction. So, okay, almost there. Okay, so we broke through. Now we know we're out of this range. So now we start looking for setups. We're gonna go down to the 15-minute time frame, and we're gonna see what are some areas. Now keep in mind, I only trade these blue areas, specifically this first blue area. But for trading purposes, we're gonna go just whenever a setup forms. Okay. So we have this order block here. Will there be a setup forming for us? Okay. So I go on lower time frames, but for this purpose, let's say price went in, and when it came out, you got in on a trade. Well, if we're in an uptrend, this would be the next area we're looking for price to go through or at least tap. So this would be my take profit. Now again, I do trade on 5 all the way down to the 1 minute. So my take profits are usually not 73 points, and I'm mostly in and out within a few hours. But when starting out and understand the markets, the higher to the time frame, the easier it is to kind of see the flow of the market. So let's say we took this 15-minute order block. Price is just chopping, making progress up, but still chopping around. And we made it. So you can see how lining up the higher time frame with lower time frame setups will help you get, and keep in mind, stop loss would have been right below this. So 5.35, really good risk to reward and a great setup. Now, if you took it down to here, think about it. You got in here, stop loss down here, you would have sat through all of this back and forth. But once we knew this was actual support, we dove down into lower time frames and we waited for a setup to form. Now, many people may have thought they missed the move and chase us up only for price to come back down. This is where patience and knowing your strategy and rules helps you get in on actual trades and not chasing price. So if we went down to the 5 minute, I know price is a little choppy because we went kind of far back on this contract where price wasn't fluid, but if we were down into the 5 minutes, we could refine this trade even more. Leave that there. So right here, it's kind of hard to understand, but basically this area would be an order block. If we went back to the 15, it's easier to see, right? Ooh, right there. So that order block, you go down to the 5, and all right. So once price left and came back, you could have got in on one of these. Stop loss just under this. Same target. And you could have wrote it out. Now for me, I would have taken something like that. That is something that looks more like the trades I take. That way I'm in and out within the same day in a couple hours. So different trading setups and strategies. I just showed you 2 different entries on roughly the same higher time frame order block into what I call like the middle time frame order block to be respected after we broke out this, because we are now in an uptrend. And you could see how price, although it did chop around, there was little drawdown and we hit our objectives. So go back in time, test this out just like I'm doing here, find that higher time frame, wait for that to be respected, go on a lower time frame, find an area. Now it could have easily been this area, right? But once price came in here, look, it just kept going down. There was nothing that kind of respected that, right? So we waited for this, came in, boom, respected, and we're in. And once that was respected again, say we don't want that, we're going to go down to the 5-minute, find this to be respected, get in and take it. And I go down, like I said, down to the 1 minute. So figure out your flow, how you like to analyze price. I start on the day, sometimes the weekly if I really need that big picture of flow of price to be reminded where we're headed. Then I will, when I'm actually actively day trading, I'm on the 15, 5, and usually the 1 or 2 minutes. So that is my setup. That is how I find trades off of these support and resistance areas and go with the trend of the market. So I hope this helped you out. Don't forget to subscribe, click that thumbs up button, and again, click that link in the description if you want our free ebook that teaches you the top 10 trading mistakes traders make and the reason why 95% of traders fail. It is completely free. Click that link and we'll email you a free video course that will go with the ebook where we dive in deeper and I'll explain a little more of how to avoid these mistakes and how to better yourself as a trader so we can help you find your trading edge.